Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about the Duke of Death. We have a lot of great information about this vehicle, when it could be arriving in Grand Theft Auto Online, its pricing, a whole bunch of cool features, and so much more. We've got so much to get into today, so let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. Okay, so it seems to me a lot of people are still confused on whether or not Rockstar are actually going to be adding the Duke of Death in the game. And while they haven't come out and specifically said, the Duke of Death is coming in Grand Theft Auto Online, on the last newswire they did, at the very bottom, they said we're adding a collection of oft-requested classic GTA rides, including one particularly morbid muscle car, which could only mean the Duke of Death. There weren't any other muscle cars added within this update, so that is clearly the Duke of Death. It's going to be coming into Grand Theft Auto Online, and in case you don't believe Rockstar's hint right there, Foxy Snaps has actually gotten the Duke of Death loaded on the in-game sites, and with it has provided us some pretty awesome information. So this first set of screenshots we're going to be looking at is the Duke of Death if you're a returning player. And the best news of all of this is the Duke of Death is free. So if you're a returning player, meaning you have like the Marshall and you've got some of the other vehicles like the Dukes and the Stallion, the Duke of Death is going to be free. That is awesome. And it's also going to be available on the Warstock Cash and Carry site, apparently. And then this is its in-game images right here. You can see those are the three that will be shown when you want to purchase it on the website. And you've also got the description too. It's not always clear whether your average uranium-eating survivalist is planning for the world to end or planning to end it personally. And why not keep those options open with this special edition Duke's muscle car? Sure, it has the fuel consumption of an aircraft carrier in a headwind, but when the nukes start falling, you and the cockroaches are going to have a blast. So that is so awesome right there that it's going to be free for me, and I'm guessing many other people as well. That is incredibly exciting. And then this is what the Duke of Death looks like if you are not a returning player. So you can see that it is $665,000, which is still not terrible. For a vehicle like this, especially one that's armored, that's not bad at all. And then if we move on to the next screen right here, essentially the exact same thing, except you've got a price of $665,000. So that right there is so cool. And I am really glad that I'm a returning player because I love the fact that I'm going to get this for free. But even if you weren't, $665,000 isn't terrible. It's not bad at all, especially for the type of vehicle you're getting. Now, in case you're wondering just how good the Duke of Death is, I'll leave a link to a video I did a couple days ago doing tests comparing it to the Kuruma and the Insurgent, speed test, armor resistance, bullet resistance, explosive resistance. We did all those tests. So I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Now, FunMW2 has also given us some more information. He says, I can confirm you can store the Duke of Death as a personal vehicle and the game won't destroy it or something like that. So we get some good news that it is going to be a vehicle that we store in our garage, very similar to the armored Kuruma and Insurgent, and is not going to be a Pegasus vehicle. That is great. I love the fact that Rockstar didn't do this to this vehicle because I want to be able to store it. I want to be able to customize it a little bit. And FunMW2 also says something else that's interesting. He says, I can confirm they can enable the returning player bonus vehicles to new players, but disable for now. So RBP vehicles have reduced price like Heist and SecuroServe vehicles, but they are set to 0, so free for the bonus owners. The same applies for the Duke of Death. The price is $665,000 for new players, but free if you own the bonus since the reduced price is set to 0. However, Rockstar can change it and force you to pay for the vehicle, even if you own the bonus. So what I'm getting out of this is, for returning players, not only will the Duke of Death be free, but it almost seems as if other items will be free as well, like the Dukes and the Stallion and the Dodo Seaplane. Now, I might be wrong with that, but that's what I'm kind of getting out of that, that once Rockstar makes this switch, once they add not only the Duke of Death, but the other returning vehicles into the game, that if you have the bonus, you're going to be getting them for free, which is really, really cool. Now, in case you're not a returning player coming from the 360 or the PS3, yet you'd still like to get these vehicles, including the Duke of Death, for free, I've heard a rumor going around that certain individuals can actually like change your player status to trick the game to thinking that you're a returning player. So I'll leave a tweet in the description if you're interested in checking that out. But I think that's pretty interesting. All I know is I'm very happy that I'm a returning player so that I can get this content for free, especially the Duke of Death. I am really, really looking forward to this vehicle and having it added into Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, what I want to do next is cover a couple things that I actually didn't get to in my video I did the other day. Some cool features about the Duke of Death that I completely missed over. Number one is the secondary color option and what it actually does. So if you just take a stock Duke of Death and you bring it into the Los Santos custom shop, if you change the secondary color, it's not only going to change the intake valve, but the mirrors and the handle, the exhaust, but also the wheels too. So the wheels are completely dictated by whatever color you make the secondary color, which is cool because if your iFruit app isn't working in Grand Theft Auto Online, this means you won't have to use it in order to change the color of the wheels. Every color worked on the wheels here: classic, matte, metals, metallics. The only one that didn't work is chrome, which is actually kind of cool if you want to give your car kind of a chrome look. It won't make you have chrome wheels. That's a little bit ridiculous, but that is a really cool feature that I never knew about the Duke of Death right there. So that is pretty cool. However, if you want a different color, but you don't necessarily want those different wheels, there is a off-road wheel that is called Amazon that looks almost identical to the stock wheels, which would work really, really well. And then there's a muscle wheel called Revolver that is really similar too. So if you're interested in doing that, you totally can, or just having a different color wheel than the secondary color, that's something you could do also. Another awesome feature about the Duke of Death is its lights. I don't know what to call them, if they're like blinders or shades, but there's like a little mask that reveals the lights, and it looks awesome. Now, that feature is cool in and of itself, but the best part is the lights on top of the Duke of Death. Not only do they work, but they work incredibly well. So check this out right here, guys. We're doing a very simple test. This is what it looks like in the dark. Then we turn on the regular lights, and you can see, it lights up the wall kind of well. And then we do the lights on top, and it looks like the sun is just on top of our vehicle. I mean, how insane is that? That is so cool, the way that those lights on top of the Duke of Death have illuminated this entire area that we're in right now. So that's pretty cool. The lights are very powerful. They work incredibly well. But that's actually cool because some vehicles that have lights on top of the cars don't actually work. They're just there for show. But in this instance with the Duke of Death, they totally work, which is super cool. So another thing I didn't get to test in my video the other day was the cop test. So I know a lot of people are going to be using the Duke of Death for heist or contact missions and are going to be running into enemies and police. So what I want to do right now is just gain like a 4 or 5 star wanted level and see how long it takes for the cops to kill me. And it took an incredibly long amount of time. I'm obviously going to fast forward it here, and this vehicle took so much damage. I took so much damage on the inside, but the cops could not kill me because like the armor vents or armor plates on the Duke of Death are so small, the cops can hardly shoot through them. And even if they do, connecting on multiple shots that would kill you is pretty rare. So I was able to survive for like 7 to 8 minutes of basically just standing in the same spot, having the cops shoot at me over and over and over again until they eventually were finally able to kill me. But in a contact mission or a heist, you're never going to be standing still like that. And this vehicle could now be the perfect use for those types of missions. So I thought that that was a pretty cool test right there and just shows the ultimate power of this vehicle. Now, the big question that probably everyone wants to know is, when is this vehicle going to be coming out and when is it going to be added into the game? Well, no one quite knows that right now. However, there is one date in particular that could happen, and that is tomorrow. So depending on when you're watching this video, it's Wednesday, March 22nd, and this is the last day of Rockstar's current event, which is double money and RP on the new stunt races, and it's also 25% off of a bunch of Grand Theft Auto Online essentials like weapons and vehicle upgrades. That means tomorrow, on Thursday, the tunables are set to update again, and this could be the perfect opportunity for Rockstar to add this vehicle into the game, the Duke of Death, as well as the other returning player bonus cars. Now, if they don't do it, you can basically just look out for the following Tuesdays for the next couple of weeks, because that's when Rockstar typically introduce new items into the game. So if not Thursday, I would literally just keep checking back every Tuesday, and that's likely when we're going to continue to see more content added into Grand Theft Auto Online. So to give you guys my prediction, do I think the Duke of Death is going to be coming out tomorrow on Thursday? I don't think so. There's a possibility, and would I be thoroughly surprised and would I love it? Yes, absolutely. But what I think is going to happen is Rockstar is going to get all the new cars into the game, so the Rustin, Infernus, and Turismo, and then like a week after that, with maybe some new adversary modes, they'll release the returning player bonus vehicles, so the Duke of Death, the Dodo Seaplane, etc. But anyways, that's really all the information I have for you guys today regarding the Duke of Death, this menacing, morbid muscle car that should be added into Grand Theft Auto Online, hopefully sometime soon. With this, the Infernus, and the Turismo, I'm so excited about the remaining vehicles that we're going to be getting in the game. So, like I said, hopefully it comes out sooner rather than later. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments section down below. I'm very curious to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on and enjoy the video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.